Okay, your first step in setting up your own blog is to buy a domain name or a name for your website. We call that a domain name. Now, I'm going to bring you to a site here, and the site is called GoDaddy.com, as you can see right here. And you're just going to come in your browser and simply type in www.GoDaddy.com, and it's going to bring you to this page that you see here now. Now, the first thing that it's going to have is a spot here where you can search for a new domain, and that's what you're going to want to do. Now, if you haven't thought of a name for your website, then turn this video off and give it some thought. One thing that I want to encourage you to do is to think of a name that could be found in the search engines. And you know how when you go up and you put in a search term up here in Google when you're looking for how to build a website, how to clean my car, whatever it is that you're looking for, Google searches for terms. It searches for words, and we call those words keywords. Now, you might say, well, GoDaddy.com didn't do that. They use GoDaddy, and they sell websites, and there's nothing in there about websites. Or you might tell me, well, Betsy, what about Amazon.com? Amazon sells books, and there's nothing in the word Amazon that says books, and that's very true, and there are many websites who have become famous without using keywords, but I can tell you, if you're starting out and you're trying to learn how to get ranked in the search engines where somebody can find your site, you're smarter to use some good keywords. And I'll give you an example here real quickly of a site where I use keywords and what happened. I used a site, I named a site www.casinointernetmarketingmagic.com. That's the name of a site of mine. And it is a site where I work with land-based casinos on their internet marketing techniques. Now, as you can see, here is the site. Now, what happens if I'm a person and I'm sitting in a casino, I'm a marketing vice president, and I want to know about casino internet marketing and what programs are out there? I'm going to put the search term in up here, casino internet marketing. I click and I search, and here's the first page of Google that comes up. Now, as you can see right here, there's 754,000 results that show up from the terms casino internet marketing. So it's somewhat of a competitive term. But if you start looking, here's some sites that are listed, case study, NetSymmetrics, internet marketing, visiting marketing, online gaming, internet marketing, and then all of a sudden you get casino internet marketing magic. So this is my site, and it's on the very first page of Google. Now, the way I got it on the first page of Google is by using those keyword-rich terms in the title of my website, in my domain name. So that's the point that I'm trying to make to you when I tell you to choose a name with that. Now, when you first start looking for a name, you may try a few times and find something that's not available. And I'll give you an example of that. I have a site called Get Social, Get Business. I do a lot of work in social media, and I work with people teaching them how to make money by using social media, whether it's in their business or if they're an entrepreneur or a small company, an individual. I teach them all of these things. So right here, if you look, you'll see that it tells me GetSocialGetBusiness.com is already taken. So I know that I can't use that one. So maybe instead I say, let's say GetSocialGetMoney.com. And by the way, always use a .com. .nets, .orgs, all of those things, .infos are much harder for people to find. They don't remember them as well. You're always better off to use a .com. And I can tell you, being an internet marketing expert, you just need to trust me on this and follow my directions. So we search for Get Social, Get Money, see what happens. And it tells me GetSocialGetMoney.com is available for just $11.99 a year. So I say, great, that's the name that I want. So I go right over here and I hit continue to registration. Now, what happens is GoDaddy's trying to upsell me now. They're trying to tell me that I need to get .net, .org, .info. And again, you don't need any of those things. Just scroll down here, check don't show this again, and hit no thanks. Now, here we are, and they're going to try to upsell me again. They're going to try to sell me some emails, some hosting, some various things. We're going to get to that soon enough. You don't want any of those. Don't check anything except for next on this page. Okay, once again, GoDaddy's really big time, and if you scroll your scroll something over here, it will try to get you to buy something else. Okay, customer number or login name. Now, I actually have one, but I'm going to do this as if I don't so that you can see what you need to do next. Let's Get Social, Get Business was a name that I looked at earlier, so it's still leaving that on there. I'm going to remove that one. I don't want that one. But if we go back up here, what we're showing, and I've got my screen enlarged here so you can see everything on this video, so I have to kind of scroll around a little bit here, so just bear with me on that. So I have GetSocialGetMoney.com, and you need to look and make sure that your domain name is spelled correctly. I've got quantity of 1, and the term is for 1 year. Now, if you want to go 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you certainly can, and you'll see when you click that, over here, your price changes to $23.98. Now, 2 years has some advantages in that the search engines consider you more of a legit website. But if you're on a budget, don't worry about it. Just go 1 year and $11.99, and then you have a fee here that puts the price up to $12.17. So that's fine. Everything's fine. The spelling is correct. I don't need any of these other things on here. So I'm going to scroll on over here, and on the side, it's going to have my cart, and my order summary is $12.17. My order total is $12.17, and I want to continue to check out at this point in time. So when I get here, they're going to ask me for my payment method. Now, you know, you can do a credit card, a check, or PayPal. I usually use PayPal. But you don't have to. I'm going to put my name in here, Betsy Modulin. I'm not going to put my real address in this case, but you will put your address in here, your city, your state, your zip code, your email at that point, and your organization name if you have one. If you don't have a business name, just leave that blank, and your primary phone number. Here you're going to have to put your credit card information in, or you can click to go to PayPal, which I'll show you in just a second how that works. And you're also going to have to check that you've agreed and read the terms of condition, the terms. And this is $12.17. And I want to be sure that I'm not signed in here anywhere. I am not. So let's just say that I want to do PayPal. I'll click PayPal instead. And here I will have a chance to put in my email information and my password, and I can go ahead. Now, when you do this, you're also going to be given an account number. Now, that account number is really important because you're going to have to use that again, and it's going to be a pretty lengthy number, like 393-409-32. It's not going to be short. So whatever that number is, look for it, and they're going to ask you to put in a hint where you can remember that, and a password where you can remember your password. You will also be required to put in a PIN, and that'll be a 4-digit PIN that you will use whenever you have to call GoDaddy, should you ever have to. I think I've only called them once, and I've used them for 2 years now, so you probably aren't going to have to. But once you do that, then write down that account number, that password, and that PIN number, because we're going to use it in our next video. You're going to receive an email that tells you you've purchased the domain name. It belongs to you, and I suggest you just start a folder called GoDaddy, and you put that in there, an email folder, or maybe even a folder on your desktop, whichever you're most comfortable with, where you always have that information at your hand. In the next video, we're going to learn how to connect your domain to your hosting account. So congratulations, you now own your first domain name. I will see you tomorrow.